thank you, everybody. We appreciate you being here. We're going to kick off our project drop party for the second quarter of 2022, and we have a lot of stuff going on, guys. We're excited about what we have to show you all tonight. We're going to be adding on to the projects that we're already doing. Madison, how many projects are we doing right now?
Yeah, it's going to be 10
currently active
projects.
I think we have 10 projects currently active, and we're about to add 5 more to the hopper. So guys, there's a lot going on. We're working all over the world. We thank you for joining in. For those of you who are new to us, a little bit about eMite. We are considered, we've been said to be a matchmaker between the giver and the charity. And the way that we match people is that we find outstanding projects with fantastic partners that we vet, and we connect the givers to those projects, and then we bring them to the givers, give an opportunity for donors to get involved in the projects, and then show you exactly what's happening. And that's what eMite is all about. That's what we do. So so tonight we are going to show you 5 projects. Excited to be able to show these to you. These are projects that our team has vetted, and we've got them ready to launch and ready to go for you. So sit back and enjoy that. This is going to be a relaxed time, guys. If you got something to ask, if you got a question or a comment, feel free, just unmute and shoot away. We're ready to answer the questions whenever you have them. And I'm supposed to say, do I have something else I'm supposed to say, Madison, or is that all? Is that my thing?
Jared will be leading us in prayer. So
yes. Let me introduce you to Jared, our fantastic board member. Jared's out of Columbia, South Carolina, and is joining us from down there. Thank you so much, Jared, for being with us tonight. And he's going to pray us in.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. You guys wouldn't want to see my drop party right now because it's all kids underneath 8, so it would be a little chaotic.
Those are the best drop parties.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's going on in the other room right now. Let me pray. God, we love you. Thank you for what you're doing with eMite and what you're doing with the projects that we get to be a part of that are all over the world and that are accomplishing your purpose. And God, we just pray that as we do new projects and we continue to launch these, that God, you would be a part of it, that you would get people excited about generosity and excited to do these things around the world and what they get to be a part of, Lord. That's our heart and our desire. And God, we believe that that's in line with your heart and your desire. And we just think of even the widow's mite, Lord, and the praise that you gave to her for dropping such a seemingly small amount in the offering plate, God. And we just want to drop our small amount, what you've given us, to bring you glory. Pray that you would just allow this to be a fun and exciting time to hear new projects, Lord. And we just pray that you'd bless it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jared.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I think it's my turn.
Yes.
I'm Abigail. I do a lot of small things here at eMite, and I'm really excited that you guys are all here tonight. So we're gonna get started with the event, and we're gonna kick it off with a giveaway. Later on in this call, we're gonna have one of our uber talented videographers, Carlos Pascual, on the meeting or the call. Carlos was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, but now he is based in Barcelona, Spain. He has a degree in advertising, but he has pursued a career in photography and videography. And he has worked with companies such as Toyota, Adidas, and Corona. But since 2019, he came to work for eMite. So Carlos has created so many beautiful and wonderful celebration videos for us. And he's taken so many striking images in field. A lot of these images, or all of these images, really tell such a story. So we're excited to have him on tonight. And for our giveaway, we are going to be giving a special someone on this call a photo taken by Carlos in the field. So he has picked 3 of his favorite photos. You can see them now on the screen. And the winner will get to choose their favorite photo out of these 3 photos. And the only thing you have to do in order to join into this giveaway is text the number 704-709-1255 with your full name and your email address, and then you'll be entered into the giveaway. And then at the very end of this party, we're going to announce the winner for everybody. So go ahead and text in with your full name and email address. And yeah. Madison.
Madison, you're muted.
Okay, sorry, a little bit of backstory on these images. They were taken in Uganda and Ethiopia. The first one was taken in Ethiopia, and the last two were taken in Namayingo, Uganda. And they're beautiful photos. They're acrylic, right, Abigail? Yes, they are acrylic.
They are acrylic, and sorry, I forgot to mention the size. It is a 20-inch by 30-inch acrylic image.
Yes, so if you text your name and your email address into that phone number, you guys have a chance to win that. Abigail will be doing a draw at the very end of the project drop party. So you guys will have a chance to win it. They are very beautiful.
What number is that again, Madison?
It's 704-709-1255. Yes. And they're very pretty, very beautiful images. We actually had them at our evening with eMite, which was an event in downtown Charlotte. And we had them in acrylic versions. People now have them hanging in their homes. They look gorgeous. So I would like to win one, but I was told that I couldn't. And so I can't. So it's going to one of you guys. So before I bring on Carlos, I would like to just show you guys one of the videos that he created for us. And I'm going to be doing that now, or Abigail's going to be doing that. He created this incredible celebration video for us, and this was also in Jinja, Uganda. It is with one of our partners called Soul Hope. We're hoping that the video won't lag and that everybody can hear it well. For those of you who are connected to TV, you may have to your TV who have drop parties, you may have to put it through your speakers. If not, it'll probably just go through your computer, but we're hoping it can work for all of you. So before we bring him on, this was one of the videos that Carlos created for us.
You know, jigger removal is not a simple process, because our project is all about responding to the neglected cases in the community, like jiggers. But we are trying to do our level best, because we have been trained and we chose to do this job. We are here to save lives, so it takes a heart to do the jigger removal. So with the districts that are far from office, we wake up very early in the morning. We set up our clinic. Of course, I work with the local leadership to do the mobilization and to make sure that all people are safe. So once we set the clinic, then we start calling our patients to wash their feet, to make sure that the jiggers are visible. And then they are assigned to different jigger removers who do the manual removing. Most of the patients that are severely infested get also traumatized due to stigma and other problems associated to jiggers. A majority of our beneficiaries are children, people that have lost hope in life, because most of our patients live in absolute poverty. It's a complicated situation that we are not using funds for eMite for Jigger Removal alone, but even creating awareness, and so that we make sure that there is social behavior change within the people that we are working with. So without the support of eMite, I don't think we would have been able to reach these districts and the far villages within Uganda. So we felt that the support that we're getting from eMite, it's helping us to save life.
Okay. Wow. That is definitely one of my favorite. I think it might be the
Awesome.
music. Well, and
Awesome.
obviously all of the images and everything, but an amazing video. And so now we are going to, well, I'm happy and honored to introduce you to Carlos Pascual, who is on the call. And we've worked with Carlos for many years now. I think it's almost 3. And he's going to be joining us from Barcelona, Spain. So it might be in the middle of the night, or it is in the middle of the night for him. So Carlos, how are you doing?
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you, and thank you for having me here. Well, actually, I'm pretty great. Yes, it's like 1 in the morning almost, but I think Milenita is in the same case as I. So it's okay. We are, like people who sleep not too much. So it's okay.
So Carlos, we're happy to have you on. And again, guys, Carlos has shot many videos for us, celebration videos. The one you just saw was one that he shot. So I guess on this call, Carlos, we just kind of want to get your experience working with our team and how you compile all these videos. So one of the questions that we thought of was your experience working with us and going in field with eMite to shoot these videos. What's that like?
Yes. So, well, I started going in field with eMite in 2019. And my first trip was to the Lifewater project in Ethiopia. And then we made a round trip to Acres of Hope in Uganda. So before that, I haven't really went to infield, specifically with eMite, but I had edited a few videos for them. So I was using other filmmakers' footage, but I really had no idea what would I experience going in infield. So it was really new. So infield is a whole other challenge, so you're constantly facing other realities. You have to be very patient and conscious while working with local people. So it's pretty tough sometimes. Though the life of the people I'm filming is totally different from what I'm used to. So I really need to be open-minded in order to understand it. And also getting into infield is quite difficult. I mean, Milenita and my son already know this. We might be like traveling up to 40 hours by plane, multiple checkpoints to pass. Sometimes it's really difficult to explain the securities that I have to carry heavy equipment, such as the cameras. So, well, it's a bit of a thing, but it's all worth it. Every trip leaves you a change, and you get back home with so many memories and experiences. And so it's really beautiful.
Yeah, traveling infield can be extremely challenging. We've been together on quite a few trips. The trip that you were talking about where you started in Uganda and then traveled to Ethiopia or vice versa was a pretty intense trip, right?
Yes, for sure. I have been with you and Milenita in field I think that many times now. So we get to live some really intense days together. So having a good relationship and respect for each other is really important, sorry, so that everything runs, smoothly.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. And when we're in field, a lot of people, even our partners, have kind of asked us what your creative process is like. So obviously, we introduce you to a project, and I'm assuming there's a before, during, and after when you get home and you have to compile this. You collect massive amounts of footage, and you have to take that and make it into this 3-minute celebration video. So tell us a bit about what that process looks like for you.
Yes, for sure. So for me, when you are in field shooting peer-to-peer interviews, you start collecting like mass amounts of raw footage and ideas to just start growing. So first I start to understand exactly what the people need to portray and what eMite needs to show to our givers. So when I start editing, the story begins to develop and all the pieces just, fall into place. From the interviews with people, I try to create the story. I also get constant feedback from our team. And lastly, I think music is a great influence during the process, because finding one that suits the video is really important and can be really challenging. So sorry, but when you find the right one, everything comes just together automatically. I don't know. It's I can explain it only like that.
Yeah. And so, for example, with the video that we just watched from Soul Hope in Jinja, Uganda, did you pick that music piece first and then compile the video from it, or was it the other way around?
Well, I first tried to play a little bit with the music pieces, and I tried to choose, 3 or 5 options, and then I send it back to eMite team, and they give me their feedback. And from the ones they choose, maybe I will choose one that best suits with the images I have. So it's just, it's like playing. You got your scissors, you got your footage, and you just need to be cutting and feeling what is generating on you and on the other persons. So it's also important to, like go outside, take a walk maybe, and come back and see the video again. It's really important to see, many times the video in different stages and maybe with different music, sorry.
Yeah, so it's a lot of back and forth between us and you.
Exactly.
And so I know that it's changed now over the last few years and as you've gone in field with us more, but what do you expect generally when you go in field? What value has going in field? Because I know you didn't work with very many, you didn't do very many humanitarian outreach projects before meeting eMite. So what value do these in-field trips bring to you? And what value do you think sharing our partner stories and everything going on with our givers brings to them?
Totally. Yes. So for me, this was really something new. So, each trip in field is different, but for me, they also have the same purpose, which is to help as many people as possible and to show the joy of giving of the donors. So when I go, particularly me, when I go to infield, my main expectation is to be as genuine as possible while I'm doing my job, and attempt to show others through my camera lens, the realities that we are so far away from. And lastly, to accurately show the work and commitment, from the ones who participate in the process. So I expect the infield days to be like really productive. We get up early in the morning. Maybe I prepare the equipment. We shoot all day, even probably in the evening or at night. So we got to meet people, talk with them. We are really committed with the purpose, so that we show that we care, and we tend to have more space to create, more like free.
It's true. We do get up super early. I remember when I was in Ethiopia with Carlos, I went down. This is a bit of side story. This isn't in the script, but I went down to breakfast at like 8:30. Carlos came down. He looked like he had been up for a while, and he said, "Madison, there was this amazing sunrise this morning." I said, "What time?" He was like, "I don't know. It was like 5:30." And I was like, "Did you get the shot?" And he was like, "I got the shot." So these videographers really do anything for these celebration videos, and obviously to bring them back to our givers. So Carlos, how do you prepare for each infield visit? You know, we tell you again, we send you what the project is all about, but I'm assuming that there is a bit of investigation, if you will, into what need we're trying to address in field. And so what is your preparation look like?
Yes, it is really important to be prepared, you know, because before I go into infield, I try to do this little investigation about the project and the organizations that we will be collaborating with. So I will always make a visual treatment. This is like a must. This is where I try to look for images that will help me make my first impression of the final piece in my head. So I use reference from others' work. I search for images and videos that will inspire me. And also motivation is like crucial for every project. Traveling can be really tiring sometimes. So when you reach to your destination, that's only like the first step. You will then be away from home like at least 5 days, and you need to be, or me, I need to be like really motivated to have the best energy when going in field to make a good video, and I need to be loving what I'm doing. So my mind motivation is a must, and you know it's a process, but with time you can do it, and if you are prepared, you have a better video than if you just go with nothing, you know.
Agree fully. Um, I think another important topic that people may be interested in is how we handle, or how you handle, the communication issues. Because obviously, where we're going, generally, English is not the first language. A lot of the times, they don't speak English. And so, and then on top of that, there's also cultural differences. I've been in field with you many times, and you know, you have this massive camera, and sometimes it can be almost a bit invasive if you don't approach the situation correctly. And so how are you able to prepare for that and handle those situations?
Totally, totally. So this is actually a topic that I'm still trying to improve on every trip we make. When we go in field, we face these communication issues you talked about. I mean, every day, but we have to find a way to talk with the local people that we are meeting. So another obstacle I have is to tackle the people with my camera, you know, with the camera lens can be sometimes like intimidating and aggressive for people that are not used to getting their picture taken or being filmed. So it's like having a big eye staring at you. You know, sometimes we can even feel that. So I'm being conscious of this. I try to approach like really softly and seeking for approval, sorry, from the other person. And I tend to be as easygoing as possible and eventually show the person the way I view them through the lens. And this is something you already seen. I mean, you, I mean, Anita, you've seen it, and it's also a must, you know, when you go in field.
It's true. You do have to be very soft. And Carlos, we have a few videographers, but Carlos has been one of our number ones. And Melanita, I can see her shaking her head down there and smiling. Carlos is just so soft in the way he approaches people, and he makes them feel so comfortable. As you can see in these photos, this is Carlos basically after every shot he takes. So the children and the people love to see what they look like. And we think that that's a pretty important part, because I like how you describe it as it being like a big eye in front of their face. It can be intimidating for a lot of people. I mean, even for us. So you approach it so well. So the videographers at eMite are a huge part of what we do. We couldn't accomplish our mission of spreading the joy of giving without them. And so, Carlos, why do you think it's important for people to hear these stories and to see where their gift is going and to see what needs are being addressed around the world?
Good. That's a good question. So for me, it's important because the donors are trusting eMite, sorry. And when you actually show the results and the reality of what they gave to, you are creating this loyal relationship. So every person does not have the same opportunity to go in field. So a lot of people aren't even conscious of what is happening in these areas. They are changing lives in. So it's important to create a good video so that givers may see firsthand what other people are living and experiencing. I would talk to my friends and family back home and show them the celebration videos, or maybe just tell them my experience, and they would probably disbelieve of some of the problems we are addressing, because this is like it's really huge difference from our reality to the people who live in this situation. So, for example, my family, they just have no clue that these issues existed in parts of the world. So this experience that seems to be really far away from you is now like in front of you. So after going in field, when you get to be more grateful, for every moment you live, it's just simple as that. For me, it's like a gift, because it reminds me how blessed I am, and the person I am, and the people who I love and who care for me. So by doing the work I do with eMite, I get to share this experience with all of our givers, and this is so important. Alone, I cannot change the world, but maybe I can influence others. Then this will influence other people, and so on and so on. It's just this big chain. So lastly, my goal is to make videos that give people goosebumps. This is like really personal, but I like this feeling of like chicken skin, because then you know that you are changing people's heart, and causing some emotion to steer, and probably ultimately to influence people to act.
Yes, the chicken skin, the goosebumps.
Exactly.
That's what the video that we watched before you came on gave me, and always gives me. So, well, thank you so much for coming on, Carlos. Thank you for taking the time in the middle of the night to come on. You create incredible videos for our givers. Again, you're such a crucial part of what we do, and it's interesting to hear the creative mind behind everything that goes into these 3-minute celebration videos. So thank you so much.
Thank
I think
you.
we can give a round of applause, even though you're not going to be able to hear everyone. You can give it here.
Thank you, and thank eMite
you,
donors
Carlos.
and
Yes,
eMite
thank
family.
you
You're awesome,
so
man.
much.
You're awesome.
Thank
you. It's been great.
Yes. So guys, now we are going to jump into our projects for Q2. And I would like to introduce Milanita, who is our wonderful project director. And she's also coming from Barcelona, Spain. So Milanita, say hi.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this project dog party for our Q2. Thank you, Carlos, for this interview. It's always a pleasure to travel with you, and I love your artistic, your artistic lens that you give into each project. So I'm very grateful. Thank you for that. So for this Q2, we're going to present you 5 new projects. I will start with our first 2 projects. We are actually partnering again with TMC Indonesia. We have a program going on helping 80 families repair their homes that were destroyed by a cyclone on the islands of Indonesia. The area where the homes are being rebuilt, it's called East Nusa Tenggara, which means Southeast Timor. This island has severe weather and many months of monsoons, which is why it can be very difficult to make a living there. So this rehabilitation program aims to provide long-lasting care for these families who live in very remote areas. We will be helping rehabilitate 12 homes in Pusu and Toiniki villages for our project 43. And also we will be rehabilitating 13 homes in Limnantu and Tias villages for project 44. So in total, we will be rehabilitating 25 homes. So if you think that a family has around 3 members living in each home, we will be providing home for around 75 people. Imagine how impactful this project will be. Because our team has a strong infield partnership, all the resources used to build these homes are from local shops, and this keeps costs low and gives back to the community. So we wanted to do this project dog party a bit more interactive. So I will start with some questions and you can answer. Feel free to unmute yourself, or you can also answer in the chat box. So how much do you think it costs to build a home for a family from the ground up? So is it A, $10,000, B, $7,500, or C, $1,375? What I'm hearing?
We got A, we got C. Oh, we got B too. We got everything. We got
B?
I wanted to unmute myself to say that you guys can also write it in the chat box. You don't have to.
No, it's
No.
B.
You can say
It's
it out
B.
loud, but you can also write it in the chat box.
Yeah.
So
no, B.
guys, B or C?
Oh wait. C.
It's C. It's C. Exactly, it's C. It's for one.
Yeah.
Imagine
Good
for
job.
$1,375, you can build a family's home in a remote village in Indonesia. That's awesome. So, Abigail, if you want, we can move forward with our
Hey,
next project. Yes.
Milenita,
Yes.
are you saying I can build a home from foundation to roof for $1,300?
Exactly. Some of these houses have big damages and other small damages, but for the big rehabilitation, which is from the ground up, you can actually, with $1,375, build a home, which is, I mean, it's unbelievable, but
Nice.
that's
awesome.
Yes. And everything with materials bought in field. So that's even more, even more awesome. So Abigail, if you want, we can move forward to our next project, our project 45 with Lifewater.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mile. So for project 45 with Lifewater, Clean Water, Healthy Village, this is our third time working with this wonderful organization. Lifewater provides safe water, improved sanitation and hygiene to hard to reach villages all over the world. So you may be asking, why Lifewater? You know that saying, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Lifewater has taken this saying and put it to heart. They teach their village communities how to practice healthy hygiene and sanitation before they ever build the wells for the villages. So Lifewater takes a community-led approach to all their programs because they believe the real transformation comes from within the community. They take all the strengths and skills that are already in the village and encourage the local leaders to bring their change in the community so that the safe water never stops flowing. So if you can see in this next picture, this is another organization put in a hand pump, but the community was never taught how to take care of the well in the pump, and so it broke. And in this next picture, you can see, this is where they are now getting their water from. So after they had a pump, they are back to now, they had to dig a pit in the ground and they're drinking from this well water. But the eMiters are changing this. This particular project, eMite, will be funding a very large water program in Cambodia with construction estimated to finish in this quarter, so quarter 2 of 2022. And our givers are providing 296 people with safe water and improved health in Trapayang Rusay in the Sui Lu district for years to come. So this well will last for years. So on to our question. Oh, okay. Okay, so how much do you think it costs to provide a family with a sustainable clean water source?
Hey, you gave it away.
You guys are so smart.
Thank you.
Okay, so for $100, you will be giving access to a sustainable source of clean water. It's an ongoing source of clean water for a family. And just for $25, you can provide clean water for one person. And so this $100 can eliminate the need for a mother to walk for miles and miles just to get her family water that will essentially, or no, not essentially, really make them sick. And when you give this $100, you're eliminating the time needed to transport water so that these families can build businesses and send their children to school. So it is very important for such a small amount. So that's awesome.
So Abigail, I just want to confirm something, Abigail. You saying that if I give $100, I can give water to a family, an entire family, for years to
$100.
come. For
$100.
years to come.
Yep, clean water source for years. Just $100.
For years. For $100?
For $100.
That's just awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah, and I think what Abigail was saying about the saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. That's a really important quote or saying that goes along with Lifewater, and one of the reasons that we choose them. Because Milanita, I think it's around 3 years, Lifewater comes into a village and partners with that village and their community leaders for 3 years until they actually implement the well, so that by the time they do that, the village knows how to fix the well. They've actually created a community of people. I believe they give 10% to actually build the well themselves. And so
Yes.
they feel ownership of it. And so the Lifewater is an extremely empowering organization, and one of the main reasons that we chose them over other ones. Isn't that right, Milanita?
Yes, sorry. Yes, exactly. So it's really, that's why we decided to partner with them. As Madison was saying, it's not only providing them water, but also they provide a lot of education on how to use latrines. So they have to install latrines as well. They have to wash their hands. So it's a whole program. It's a very complete program. So whenever you are in field, I've been in field in Ethiopia and Uganda, I've seen a lot of wells that are just abandoned from other organizations. It's really a waste of, it's a pity because it's a waste of investment, but also you don't give the skills you just give the tools to the people in field, but you're not doing the whole job. So Lifewater, it's an amazing organization, and yeah, that's why we've been partnering with them several times, and I hope that we will be continue doing that with them.
And our first time working in Cambodia, so we're both excited about that.
Yes.
So now I would like to introduce a project which I am very excited for. This is our first time working with a very special partner called Standing Voice. Standing Voice is actually an organization that's based out of the UK, and they defend the rights of people with albinism in Africa. So this incredible and unique organization amplifies the voices of people with albinism, giving them the tools to build their own futures. And I would like to introduce this by showing you a brief video of 2 individuals in the area we will be working in who have albinism. And so we are going to show that video now. We're going to be pulling it up. And this will kind of give you an idea.
Jina langu mimi naitwa Josephat Tona. Maana wengine wanasema kwamba mimi ni ghost. Nikitaka kufa basi ninapotea. Ngozi yangu au mwili wangu kumejaa utajiri. Tunawindwa, tunauawa, tunaondolewa hata viungo vyetu. Lakini siogopi. Hivi nilivyo, ndivyo nilivyo.
Zina yangu ni Fedastus Zangule. Ntuli katika munyanza ya Victoria. Na nkumanyikana mno. Ayo kutandika alubumu takuwa kuzima. Ekya kabiri alubumu ya mwenene siyonkame y'abandi. Afu ekya kasatu alumye otakusana n'abandi alafu ekyakana alumye akaza mu musana nayo satani aukansa alafu ekyakataano alumye otakuja kukora omulimo guli omuzito kimo nokonkumanya.
So that's a pretty strong video. To be honest, normally the videos that eMite shows are a bit happier, like our celebration videos, because it really is a celebration. But we really felt like while we were planning this project Drop Party, that there was really no other way to show how serious the topic was and how how serious the need is. And so for those of you who are not familiar with what albinism is, it's a genetic condition that reduces melanin pigmentation in the skin, eyes, and hair. And for all of us, melanin is really important because it protects our skin from the sun. But when people with albinism go out into the sun, they have a much higher likely they have a much higher likelihood of getting skin cancer. And they also have very poor eyesight. And this is caused by a lack of pigment in their iris. And they suffer from something called nystagmus. And this is whenever you could see it in a bit in the individual on the video, but their eyes will shake or move rapidly back and forth. And so without intervention, without any help from anyone, many people with albinism in Africa die very young from skin cancer, and their visual impairment is often linked to school failure and to poverty, because obviously if you can't see clearly, it's extremely difficult and hard to learn, especially in the environments that they are in school. So 1 in 3,000 people in Africa have albinism and face significant stigma and are ostracized often by their communities because of their appearances. So many of their communities, and this was talked about a bit in the video, but many of their communities believe them to have special powers because of their appearance. And sadly, they have been targeted for their body parts by those individuals, by people practicing sorcery and witchcraft. And they believe that they can use their body parts for magical potions. And in the clip on the slide now, you can see a staggering 772 witchcraft-related crimes have been recorded against people with albinism since 2006. Tanzania and Malawi, which are the darker colors on the map, have reported more cases than the rest of Africa combined. So, and the project that we're doing with them is in Tanzania that we're partnering with them on. So our givers will be supporting Standing Voices Vision program, and we are going to be delivering clinical care, education, and training to treat the visual impairment of 400 people with albinism and develop the capacity of their optometrists and teachers in Malawi and Tanzania. And so we're extremely proud and also honored to be partnering with such an impactful organization. And I genuinely look forward to witnessing the empowering work they're doing across Africa. So very, very excited for this project. And finishing this off with the trivia question, as the other girls have. How much do you think it costs to provide a person with albinism comprehensive eye care and education? Is it A, 85, B, 125, or C, 22?
I'm gonna say 22.
We've got
It
lots
doesn't
of
matter.
22.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it.
We got an
How about that?
A85 over the chat, another A85. So we've got a mix. Well, the answer is C, 22. So for 22, and for everyone who guessed, good job. For $22, you can provide a person with albinism with comprehensive service of eye care and education. Talk about a small amount for a big impact. That's actually pretty huge. It's something really important to recognize, kind of similar with a lot of these projects, and our team talks about this a lot, but you know, you may just be saying like, we're just doing eye care, but with that eye care leads schooling, which then gives the individual an opportunity to get a job, which eventually can give that individual an opportunity to support their family. And in these types of communities where you have, you know, their aunts are raising the kids, it basically impacts the entire community. So it's not just providing eye care, it really is so much more than that. So again, super excited for that project. I am going to quickly pass it off to Milanita, who's gonna finish our last project, which is
Thank
gonna
you,
be happening
Melissa.
in Europe, right?
Yes, finally. So, okay, so let's move on into this final project for this quarter. So in this opportunity, we will be partnering again for the first time with Samaritan's Feet, which is an organization that serves and inspires hope in children by providing shoes as the foundation to a spiritual and healthy life. So our givers will support Samaritan's Feet with the distribution of 500 pairs of shoes and socks throughout refugee camps, along with Father's Heart in Athens, Greece. So you might be wondering why Greece? So in the last 25 years, Greece turned from an immigration to an immigration country. Because of armed countries in the decade, the vast majority of refugee and asylum seekers crossed Greece on their way from Turkey to Northern Europe. So since March 2016, they had an agreement where they started restricting border crossings. So some, I would say around 40,000 refugees, the majority from Afghanistan and Syria, remain stuck on the Greek island. So this is very important because many of these refugee or asylum seekers, they're forced to live in these overcrowded and dangerous conditions as they wait months and months for their asylum cases to be heard. And Greece has become something like, we could say, a waiting room for people seeking asylum. And most of them, you have to understand that they have been traumatized by war, and they require not only emotional support and counseling and medical aid, but also very basic things like clothing or footwear. So by providing shoes, Samaritan's Feet supports communities by preventing, in general, foodborne infections, restoring self-esteem, because kids now they can have shoes that they can proudly wear, and gives hope so they might pursue their dreams. So I wanted to ask you, can anyone guess how much it costs to provide one pair of shoes for a child refugee in Athens, Greece? So is it A, $25, B, $50, or C, $35?
I know the gig is up. The gig is up. I know what it is.
C? C? Oh, no. It's yes. It's answer A, $25.
You guys.
Yes, good. Yes, so $25 covers the cost of a new pair of shoes plus socks. So imagine such a small amount of money can provide them a new hope for them, because this, at least in these refugee camps, people arrive with nothing, just with the clothes that they have. So it's really important. So we're very excited for this project, especially because it's the third time that we're partnering with Samaritan's Feet, and we're very excited. We will be going infield probably in June. So we're very excited about this project.
Yes. And Milanita, I know we partnered with Samaritan's Feet several times. We've done it once here in Charlotte, North Carolina. But when their team goes and they are delivering the shoes, part of their process is also to wash the individual's feet and to spend time with the person. And then the final part is to give them the shoes. Is that right?
Exactly. It's not only just giving the shoes, but there is also, I would say, an interaction moment between the person that is actually washing their feet. It's a very, I would say, a humble experience. I mean, I haven't been there, but from what we've have discussed with Samaritan's Feet staff, and also what we have seen in their videos, it's a very beautiful experience. And I think that especially on this particular case that we're talking about, asylum seekers and refugees that have been waiting there for months and months. I think it's very encouraging for them to have someone to talk to them on the same level and just exchange, and on a very humble, from a very humble perspective. So it's a very beautiful, I think it's a very beautiful project that we're doing here.
It is. And we're happy to be not only partnering with Samaritan's Feet, but also Father's Heart, considering that they're based in Athens, Greece. So they have formed relationships with these individuals and help them through the process. So thank you so much, Mile and Abigail. And guys, that concludes all the projects that we have this quarter. And as Scott stated in the beginning, we do actually still have 10 active projects because we are still raising for our Q1 projects. So we have 10 active projects, but these are the projects for Q2. So a variety, we have it all around the world and with some new partners, some old partners. So we are very grateful. And I wanted to thank everyone for being here. We're going to go on to the next slide with a few ways that everyone can get involved in these projects. So here are different ways that you guys can get involved. We know that, I hope that everyone on this call wants to be wise and good stewards of where you guys put your money, what you give to. I think it's a very important thing, and I think individuals should care about where their money goes. And so I want everyone to keep in mind our 100% pledge. This is a pledge that we have given to our givers since day one, since 2015. And this means that if you donate to a specific project, 100% of your donation goes into making that project happen. And we have a separate, totally separate fund, literally a separate bank account called the Mighty Fund, where we cover all of our administration costs that are covered by awesome, awesome givers who care about the mission behind eMite. So you can give online or by check. Online is probably the easiest way. It's the modern way. You can give at emite.org/give. And there you'll see all of the projects listed from Q1 and Q2. You can create an account and give monthly. So it's just easily withdrawn from your account. Say you want to give $15 a month and continue giving. It's just withdrawn from your account easily, or you can give to a specific project one time. You also have the option of giving through your donor advised fund if you have one. We have funds at NCF, which is the National Christian Foundation, and also the Signatory Fund. You can see our names on the screen here and also our numbers. There are also other ways to give. But tomorrow afternoon, I did want to say to everyone on this call that you'll be receiving an email with all of the Q2 projects broken down. And they're also going to be broken down into the gift size. So we would say things like $25 provides a child with shoes in Athens, Greece. And so you'll be able to easily click on that link and that'll bring you right to the give page. So please be on the lookout for that email. But I did want to pass it over to Abigail as we end in our giveaway. Abigail is the leader of these drop parties. I know that she said that she does small things here, but that's not true. She's a crucial part here. So Abigail is the leader, and she's going to mention one more way that you can get involved before she draws the winner of the acrylic photo. So Abigail, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Madison. Okay, so yes, 2 more items that we have. The first one is that I would like to announce our date for a Q3 project drop party. We will be having that on Saturday, July 16th, and this will be our first ever weekend celebration. But we will have the same exciting program, and we would really like it if all of you guys had joined us. So if you really enjoyed being on this call, please mark that on your calendars, Saturday, July 16th. And we will be, of course, dropping our next round of amazing projects, and we will definitely have a lot of other fun things going on that day. And then lastly, finally, we will be drawing our giveaway. One lucky party goer who is going to win Carlos's beautiful infield photo. So let's draw it. I'm gonna bring in my assistant. The assistant has an assistant. Right here. Okay, so here we go. Alina Folk.
Oh, no way. Alina, yay.
Congratulations.
All
Alina.
Just so y'all know, those are two of the best looking assistants I've ever seen.
Alina, congratulations.
So Alina, you're downstairs, so I'm going to talk to you right after this call to get with you on how we're going to get this prize to you, and you will get to pick your favorite photo out of all of the beautiful photos that Carlos took.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
go
just
ahead.
wanted to jump here and say, just so everyone knows, everybody else who applied or entered, thank you so much. We will probably do one of these giveaways again. Our photographers have taken such incredible photos. So I just want to give everybody else out there hope that they could win one. But congratulations, Alina.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay, guys, so this brings us to the end of our Q2 project job party. We want to thank you, everyone that is on this call, so much for joining. We enjoyed celebrating with you, releasing our projects, and we hope that you guys had an amazing time. And Daddy, will you pray us out?
Absolutely. Be my pleasure. I'm on the floor. Yeah, I'm getting down on my hands and knees for you guys. Please. No. Hey, y'all, thank you so much. Madison, Abigail, Mile, thank you so much for presenting this. This is awesome. Guys, we wanted to share with you what it's like from one of the creators of this awesome content that we bring to you. You know, it's our goal that all of our givers would experience the joy of giving, and you get to experience that when you see all those faces, see all those awesome things. And it was great, ladies, to hear Carlos and to get that inside scoop. So thank you so much. Also, I wanted to mention this. Mile, you and your team are awesome at finding incredible projects. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand in awe of God's goodness, how he reveals to me through eMite amazing projects that I had no idea were necessary. There are people all over the world doing incredible things, and eMite brings those things to me, and it moves me to have things. I had no idea that there were people being hunted because of the color of their skin in over there, and now I have an opportunity to help out, and that is what eMite is all about. So I'm going to pray. Thank you. I got one. So I am going to pray now and dismiss us. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You're such an encouragement to us, and we hope you enjoyed it. And God, you are such an encouragement to us. Lord, you are amazing. Help us to follow you as you move. Thank you for each and every individual here in each and every home. God bless them. And Lord, bless eMite, our partners, people on the ground doing the work, and our fantastic, awesome donor community that is just amazing. Thank you for each and every one of them. In Jesus' name, amen.